Hello, welcome to my channel, Dream Well Kids. My name is Vanita, and I'm here today to talk to you about journaling. Journaling with your kids or just talking to your kids about journaling. I want to start by telling you a story of my daughter, who is now 13 years old, who I would often find talking in her sleep. And I would go in her room and I was like, what in the world? She is chatting like having a full conversation with somebody in her sleep. So I wasn't sure what that was all about. So I said, I want you to try something. So the next day she woke up and I talked to her. I said, do you realize you talk in your sleep? Do you feel yourself? Do you feel uncomfortable? Do you feel like you're half awake? Like what's going on in your mind? She said, you know what? When I told her some of the stuff that she was talking about, she was like, you know what? I was thinking about that before I went to sleep. So I realized that she just has a really busy mind right before she goes to bed. So I told her, in an effort to help you quiet your mind before you go to sleep, I want you to start journaling. And so she was a little skeptical at first. She was like, okay, so I'll try it. So the first day that she did it, um, and she went to sleep and I listened for her. She goes to sleep before I do, of course, and I went in her room and I checked on her and she was sound asleep and she wasn't talking to herself. So she woke up the next day and I was like, well, how did that work for you? And she was like, Mom, I had like 4 pages of journaling before I went to bed. I said, all of that was on your mind and coming out in your sleep before you started to journal. And so she said, I liked the way it made me feel. I felt like I had a good night's rest. And so today I just want to share with you that the benefits of journaling, not just before you go to bed or to help somebody or to help maybe somebody who's talking in their sleep, but just the benefits of journaling altogether. I have always been somebody who journaled, somebody who enjoys waking up in the morning. I spend my time with God and I journal. I write my prayers and my thoughts and my concerns down so that I have the peace of mind to go throughout my day, because I wake up sometimes with a busy mind. And so it helps to quiet me down. But I didn't even realize that I was just doing it because I knew that this is something that I needed. But then when it worked for my daughter, I said, well, maybe it can work for somebody else. And so there's a couple things that I realized that it helps with throughout the day that I want to share with you. First of all, stress relief. If you're feeling like you are stressed out because of whatever is going on in your life, I would recommend trying to journal about that specific issue. I heard Tony Robbins say at a specific event. Actually, I went to Unleash the Power Within, which was a 4-day, extremely intense workshop and seminars from like 9 o'clock in the morning to midnight, sometimes 1 and 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning. He would have us in that auditorium, and it was just full of jam-packed of all types of things. And one of the things that he mentioned was not just stress relief. He said he uses journaling for anger. When he's angry, he shared a story about how he was harboring anger for a specific person in his life, and he needed to release it. So he went to a relaxing place, and he said he journaled almost 4 notebooks full of all of the frustrations and anger that he was feeling, and it helped him to relieve that. So I would say stress would be number 1, but anger is another one for number 2. It helped him to relieve that anger. It was an amazing story to even hear how once he was done, he was free of what was holding him down, what was holding him back. So I would say that not only is journaling good for clearing your mind at night and for even in the morning with me and my daughter, but it's also good for stress relief, and it's also good for anger. And then lastly, I would say it can also just be good to just give yourself the space and grace to just release, because sometimes we don't have that outlet and we're looking for a place to really just let out how we're really feeling without being judged. And to me, the best place to do that is within your own journal, where you're the only one reading it and you're going to be within your own thoughts, telling yourself or releasing that frustration within yourself. And it kind of gives you the freedom, the space and grace to say whatever you need to say without being politically correct or without having to filter what you might really mean for fear of somebody not agreeing with you. So I think those are several ways that you can use journaling that I believe will really truly impact your life, not just your life, but your child's life. And so I recommend, please, if you I mean, if you have tried this before and it has worked for you, please share your experience. Or if you do try it after watching this video, please let me know how it worked for you. I would love to hear from you. Thanks. Have a great day.